Super hot.
Oh man, it's hot. It's hot. I would say they're hot.
Tattoos make you hotter. I mean, can't you tell? Now, this is a statement that I have been saying for a long time now, and it's true in more ways than you know, because yeah, obviously for the most part, they can make you hotter in the eyes of other people and maybe even yourself, but that is not the type of hotter that I am talking about today, because when I say they make you hotter, I am talking about you literally feel more heat when you are outside in the sun. Now, I am well over 70% covered in tattoos at this point, and for the longest time, there's been this one thing that I have noticed, especially on sunny days, and that is how much faster I heat up when me and my tattoos are in direct sunlight, and how much hotter I feel overall. Like, it is so bad some days to the point where I feel like my skin is cooking from the inside out, and I do believe there is a pretty simple reason to why all of this is happening, along with a little bit of science behind it as well. So here's how it all works. Now, the tattoo inks, especially your darker type of pigments like your blacks, your deep blues, your reds, your purples, they absorb more of the sun's UV rays than say your bare skin equivalent or your really type of lighter type of tones. Now, those UV rays, when they hit the tattoo and its pigments, that energy doesn't just vanish into thin air, it gets converted into heat. And because the pigment particles are embedded in the dermis layer of your skin, that heat gets trapped within the ink that is sitting right under the surface, and let me tell you, you feel it. It's kind of like how black clothing heats up faster than a white shirt in the sun. It's the same type of physics that are applied in this, just one's happening inside your body and kind of under the skin. Now, that is kind of my theory to why this is happening, and it's backed by some basic science. And I will also say this, over the years, as I've mentioned, this situation of me overheating a lot more in the sun than compared to other people that maybe have less amount of tattoos, or specifically people that don't have any tattoos, I would have a lot of people tell me that they think what I'm experiencing is in my head, or they'll kind of just disregard what I've said. But I figured, you know, because it's been a really hot summer this year, and because it's really hot outside today, I want to do some investigating and experimenting with this theory and find out for sure whether this is true or not.
All right, so as you guys can see what it says on CP24, it is Sunday, August 10th, 1:30, 31 degrees, feels like 38 degrees outside. It's pretty much sun, and as we go outside for you guys to see, it is yeah, bright sunny day, and once you are outside you feel the heat quite a bit. Now, the experiment is going to go like this. I am going to stay outside in the sun for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and see what the difference in terms of my skin that has tattoos and the areas that don't have any tattoos, how they kind of react in terms of how much heat is on each area. Now, I did borrow a device from my dad that kind of measures how much heat is registered in certain areas. It's mostly used for like kind of AC in the house and all that, but I think it still may be able to do the trick in terms of telling us where on the body we are feeling more heat and what is seeing more heat from the sun, and honestly from, like, you know, the rays turning into heat from the conversion under the skin. All right, it's only been like 10 minutes maybe me being outside, and I'm burning up. It is a fucking hot day outside, and like I said, and like my usual feeling is, I feel a lot more heat in the areas that I have tattoos compared to the areas that I don't, like my stomach and you know, a bit of my face, and then obviously my leg too. There's certain spots, and I've already seen some good kind of tells from this device reading it, showing that as soon as you hit that area that has that tattoo, it already jumps up a couple of degrees. It's not anything crazy, but it does jump up every single time. So that is a good indicator that yes, you will experience more heat when you have tattoos in that area. So if somebody just has maybe say one sleeve, you're gonna feel more heat on that one area again, or even maybe a single tattoo. For me, it's a little harder to judge because I have so much of my body covered in ink, but it's still a good tale and a good sign, seeing from the readings that I'm getting from this device that you know, yeah, you do experience a lot more heat. It is hot, boy. I don't think I could do any more. I tried to do it the longest I could, but man, it's just, I'm boiling, and I'm not trying to put myself through that much pain now. I think for the most part, I got my answer in terms of every area that I pointed to with a tattoo compared to an area that didn't have a tattoo. There was a big difference, not a huge difference, but a couple degrees is quite a lot, especially when you're talking temperature and feeling.
I also saw a big difference too in just the you know, the amount of heat that I felt wearing my UPF clothing. Now, I'm wearing this right now because I have to protect my tattoo that's getting lasered at the moment, but I usually wear my UPF clothing on hot sunny days, and I've always found that it does kind of make me feel cooler, and that is because the UPF clothing itself is taking and absorbing a lot of the UV rays that are coming from the sun, and it's not the ink in my skin that's absorbing it. So it's almost like a protective layer, and I overall just feel a lot cooler in them, even though I am wearing clothing, which would kind of be counterintuitive to what most people think, because if you wear clothing, you usually get hotter. But that's not the case with UPF clothing specifically, because it is a lightweight material. It also, again, absorbs 98 to 99% of those UV rays. So UPF clothing is a great thing to do if this is the case where you do get hot in the sun a lot, if you have a lot of tattoos like me. I didn't really notice much of a difference with sunscreen. I did notice maybe a little bit personally. Maybe that's just like a placebo effect, but also can make sense because you have that sunscreen that's also absorbing a lot of those rays and converting that into heat, but you're still feeling it under the skin, I find, as well. So I didn't really see too much difference in terms of my readings, but again, this is not a very scientific kind of experiment. I'm just using kind of the device that I have that's able to read temperatures, and there are many kind of things in this that will sway the numbers a little bit, but you know, I'm not a scientist. I'm just a guy on YouTube with a camera and a device that reads temperatures. So I thought I'd do a little bit of experimentation, and for my experimenting, I think I got a good answer. So to anybody out there thinking that tattoos don't make you hotter, well, apparently they do, and if you have a lot like me, you will realize that it is a very true statement that you get a lot hotter in the sun, in direct sunlight, when you have more tattoos, and you burn up a lot quicker than you wouldn't if you didn't have any tattoos. So I hope you guys like this little experiment that I did for you guys, and yeah, let me know what I could do for maybe a future experiment to make the readings and the overall kind of outcome a little bit more better, along with accurate. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like always, Justin out. Later, guys. I gotta go inside. I'm burning up.